had another girl there and I was cheating on her with. Now she turned one of our biggest moments as a family and as a brand into a mockery.
I admit I've failed as a husband.
She wanted to use me in this snippet to reel everybody in for clickbait. Very unfortunate and sad because
if you thought Austin McBroom and Catherine's divorce drama couldn't get messier, think again, because Austin just dropped a response that took this whole thing from messy breakup energy to the kind of chaos even Keemstar would take notes on.
And this isn't a little fuck up, this is a big fuck up.
Not only did he admit to cheating, but he called Catherine out for dragging him in her new book, exposed secret recordings he saved like a TikTok FBI agent, accused her of putting their kids in danger, and then to make it even wilder, Catherine's new boyfriend decided to jump in too. Yep, we've officially entered the no one is walking away from this clean phase of the breakup. And honestly, I mean, this drama is more chaotic than a Kardashian family group chat during Thanksgiving. So stay locked in, because by the end of this video, you might not just be questioning Austin and Catherine, you'll probably be questioning everyone. But let's rewind a little, because if you're just tuning in, you're gonna need some background before the crazy kicks in. So basically, Catherine McBroom, Ace Family's Queen Bee, announced she was dropping a book called Dolores, My Journey Home. Cute, right? Well, until leaked pages started floating around online before the official release, and they weren't just heartwarming self-love chapters. No, they were full-on exposés, accusing Austin of cheating on her with multiple women while she was pregnant. Catherine described how the betrayal wasn't just about the cheating, it was about realizing her whole marriage was a lie. Old clips from their basketball charity event even started resurfacing, and looking back, you could see it in her eyes. The sadness, the fake smiles, it all clicked. Within 24 hours, Austin's Instagram was a battlefield, flooded with people calling him out for his ego, pride, and disloyalty. And with the internet absolutely roasting him alive, Austin decided it was time to clap back, and oh boy, he did. Austin started his comeback tour on Snapchat because apparently Instagram Live was too mainstream for this level of damage control. Basically calling out that Catherine's autobiography was less about her personal growth and more about, well, dragging him through the mud. He couldn't understand why, instead of writing about her family, her own life, or her spiritual glow up, she decided to open the book by throwing him straight under the bus.
I don't know about you guys, but I find it very odd that the first chapter of her book is about me and not about her. It's about me and how I was a terrible person and terrible husband, when this book is supposed to be an autobiography about her life.
According to Austin, Catherine used them for clickbait to promote her book, and he's personally offended that he's not getting a cut of the royalties if he's gonna be the headline act. But then things got even weirder, because Austin tried to flex that despite everything, he and Catherine were basically best friends recently. He said they were co-parenting like champs, casually hanging out, and even chilling with her new boyfriend like one big dysfunctional Brady Bunch.
I was just over her house bringing the kids pizza, not just the kids, but her and her boyfriend pizza. We were all sitting in her living room eating the pizza, laughing and smiling.
Wait, so he chills with and buys his ex-wife's boyfriend pizza? That's interesting. Sharing is caring, I guess, but anyway, moving on. Because then literally 5 minutes later, Austin flips the narrative and starts talking about being terrified for his kid's safety because of her dangerous behavior.
And they said, Austin, I'm very concerned, not only for Catherine, but for your kids, because this is where they sometimes sleep. Random people that come in and out of her house that she doesn't know.
So, like, which one is it, bro? Were you bonding over pizza or low-key planning to call CPS? Now, because Austin clearly thinks he's auditioning for CSI, he revealed that he knew Catherine might someday expose him. So he secretly saved voice recordings of their convos from back when they first separated. In the clips, Catherine allegedly begged him not to post a video about their breakup because there would be a ton of backlash.
I just think the video would have been, you would have had a lot of backlash. I think this way is much more organic.
Austin's whole vibe is like, see, she was protecting me then, why is she roasting me now?
So as you heard what she said that if I was going to release this video, I would get a lot of backlash, as if she cared about me getting backlash.
And while he's pulling out these decade-old receipts like they're Pokemon cards, the rest of us are just here wondering, bro, why were you recording your wife to begin with? Like, you know things are off the rails when you have to record conversations with your wife, just in case. Then Austin really thought he delivered the ultimate clapback by playing another clip where Catherine literally says she hates it when other women expose their exes after a breakup.
Wait, my.
Yeah, but you know how people are over after breakups. It's like, no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general, right? Would you agree that women are like,
Sure,
they
they're
keep,
fucked up.
yeah, they
It's
keep,
fucking weird.
they keep.
I can't
Oh my
stand that shit.
God, that's what I'm saying.
She said that I can't stand that women expose their man after they break up. That's literally what she said.
She called it weird behavior, and yet here we are. Catherine writing a tell-all book, dragging Austin harder than Twitter drags a bad celebrity apology. I mean, to be fair, Austin had a point. Catherine did completely contradict herself and go back on her word. Although, Austin really thought this was gonna make him the victim. But honestly, it's still just pretty shady to have to record private convos without your wife knowing. But anyways, Austin then moves on to addressing the Ace family basketball event. The same one Catherine mentioned in her leak pages where she felt abandoned and unwanted. She claimed he invited another girl behind her back, and honestly the timeline wasn't looking good for him. Austin, however, denied it like his life depended on it, saying he would never bring a side chick to a family event where he was kissing Catherine, holding her hand, and flexing their love for the cameras.
Why would I invite another girl there when this whole event is about my family? And this event is about me and Catherine's bond. Why would I want that girl to see that? Me hugging and kissing and grabbing my wife's ass. Me holding my wife's hand.
He even showed old footage to prove he was affectionate that day. But let's be honest, at this point, receipts aren't helping anybody. Because then Austin finally admitted the obvious. Yes, he did cheat on Catherine. He said he takes full accountability, wishes he could undo it, and that he's grown since then.
When it comes to me stepping out of my marriage, I 100% stepped out of my marriage and it was completely wrong for me to do it. I take full accountability. If I can go back and change it, I would. And I'm sorry for that.
But, and this is a big but, he also claims Catherine knew what was happening. According to Austin, they went through an entire year without intimacy.
There was a year period where we had no sex.
And when he vented about it to her, she pretty much told him,
Just don't make me look dumb. Don't embarrass me.
so I guess in Austin's mind, that translated to full-on hall pass. Olympic level mental gymnastics. Honestly, he's basically saying, I cheated, but like with permission. Okay, buddy. Now, Austin seemed genuinely confused about why Catherine stayed with him after the cheating if she was so hurt. He pointed out that they kept filming videos, raising their family, smiling for the cameras, and she even called him her soulmate publicly months after the affair.
A few months later, she even says, I'm her soulmate.
My soulmate, I know for a fact that it's Austin.
It's like he truly can't grasp that sometimes people stay with toxic partners out of trauma, fear, or plain hope that things will get better. Newsflash, Austin, being tolerated after cheating isn't exactly a flex. But now here's where the roller coaster flies off the tracks. Austin dives into Catherine's spiritual awakening phase, claiming she went from psychic to healer to literal mermaid to reincarnated Virgin Mary in a matter of months.
She was telling me how one moment she feels like she's a psychic. The next moment she felt like she was a healer. The next moment she turned me into a mermaid. She even went as far as telling me that she was the reincarnated Virgin Mary.
According to him, she was doing ayahuasca ceremonies like it was a Sunday brunch special, and their conversations became exclusively about spirits, energies, and vibes. Austin said he tried to be supportive, but by the end their relationship was less soulmates and more spiritually incompatible roommates. And things got seriously dark when Austin accused Catherine of hosting ayahuasca ceremonies at their house, with random strangers, with minors allegedly present, and while their kids slept upstairs.
Decided to do the ayahuasca ceremony and her hosting them at her house, in her home where my kids lay their head. Random people that come in and out of her house that she doesn't know. Here is a photo of all of them in Catherine's house. And this boy right here is only 12 years old.
He even cried in the video talking about how friends came to him concerned for their kids' safety. Austin said he thought about going for full custody because the situation felt so unstable.
I knew I really only had two options. Either I get full custody of the kids, or I spend more time with them to protect them.
Whether or not you believe his side, it definitely took the drama from messy breakup to court case waiting to happen real fast. But what's a scandal without new characters joining halfway through? Catherine's new boyfriend decided to jump into the mess. He slammed Austin for spreading misinformation and accused him of manipulating the situation to fit his own narrative. He also tried to clarify that the 12-year-old kid Austin mentioned was actually 17 and was there with his parents during the ayahuasca ceremonies, which, still weird, but thanks for clearing that up, I guess. But at this point, the internet has been wondering, are they both playing us? Could this whole public war be a coordinated effort to boost Catherine's book sales and keep their names trending? Honestly, it wouldn't be the first time influencers stir drama for clout. But if that's the plan, Catherine letting herself be painted as an unstable mom seems like a pretty bad marketing strategy. So you just have to throw all the possibilities out there because you never know with these so-called influencers these days. But in all honesty, the most likely scenario is that they're just two people spiraling in real time, throwing dirt and making each other look worse with every post. So Austin McBroom didn't just respond, he exposed everything, admitted to cheating, cried about spiritual cults, dropped secret recordings, and somehow still thought he came out on top. Meanwhile, Catherine's new book is flying off the shelves, her boyfriend's posting clapbacks, and the whole internet is treating this like the World Cup of messy breakups. But let me know in the comments what you think about this whole drama and if you're picking sides. So until next time, if you ever have to pull out secret recordings from 2019 to defend yourself, maybe you already lost. Peace.